how to copy someone else's schema. So there's plenty of ways to do it. You can right click view source. You can drop it in the structured data testing tool and copy all lines, etc. And the main reason to do this isn't just to copy someone's schema, is just to start off, especially if you're handwriting, with a template that is a little bit easier than starting off from scratch. So I prefer to copy Yoast schema, and mainly because the Yoast plugin, the way they do the schema is actually a lot better, in my opinion, than writing, say, 4 or 5 different templates and filling those in and dropping them separately on the website. One, because it's a little bit harder to pull it off, so other people are less likely to copy you because they're going to break the schema if they don't know how to fix it, and they're going to know how after this video, or they are, or it just kind of saves you some trouble, especially if you're doing like a making a template and you have the niche template for yourself, and you're going to use that over and over again. Why not just drop it into the graph version? And really, at the end of the day, what the graph version is if you're looking at it from a schema perspective, is putting it in here and then just dropping all your hierarchies in there. And hierarchies being the organization, the professional business, a website, web page schema, images, and all that stuff, and putting it all in one thing, again, versus doing it separately. So how I do that, I just go to any old Yoast blog, and I'll just pick one at random, and then run it in the old structured data testing tool. Keep in mind that they're killing this tool, and there are replacements out there now. There's one in Sitebulb. They actually did a really good job. Sitebulb is more integrated with this tool and the actual schema.org site. So you're going to see some differences in error codes and all that stuff, but for the most part, that's going to be probably my go-to replacement in the near and distant futures. Anyway, you want to find the line. So in order to find a line where the code is, you just click on here and it's going to pop that up. And you'll see line 42 is the entire schema code for this particular website. So I'm just going to go to the end here, and I want to copy that whole line. I want to copy all of line 42, and you can do the highlight and crawl if you want to, but I just, click a few times and you'll see eventually it'll copy the whole thing. And then what you want to do is go to this website. It's called 10bestdesigns.com. I'm going to refresh it so we can start out new. And you look in here and you put paste, and then the schema is dropped in there, and then you push clean, and then you can see the entire schema from that page in the standard view that most of us are used to looking at it. If you attended my NFG webinar, you'll know that the schema is not anywhere near built out as what you can really do with it, and you're missing the mark significantly. This is one of the downsides of using a plugin, but the format here is great, and it's something that I recommend you use as a template just to get started with everything. One thing to note is that they removed, there it is. It's, looking at this, see how these add IDs are done, and that's how they build the hierarchy on the website. So this page has these breadcrumbs, has this web page is contained in this article, etc. That's why in here, when you only see the article, you don't see the rest. Well, those are all in there. You see there's the publishers in there. Let's see if I can find it. There's the web page schema. It is part of that web page, is part of the website, and that website is published by this organization. So that's the hierarchy that I've been talking about, and the kind of hounding at home. And you can do that either by leveraging these in separate, the IDs in separate schemas. So you write up the web page schema, put it on there, and then leverage the ID tags to tie those all together, or use the @graph. I like to use the @graph, except for in most of the schema. And then if I'm doing something different, unique, like a job schema, for example, I'll just add that as a separate schema write up. And the only thing I really do to this other than that is clean this up and just clear that out. You don't need that. As you're building this out, you're going to find that these curly brackets and the commas, they actually become a pain in the butt. You're going to need a formatting tool to kind of clean that up. and you just drop it in here, click process, and then it's going to give you this error by default and highlight these. Don't worry about that. You can ignore those. Just not part of typical JSON, right? And then let's say you have some of these curly brackets out of the way. They're in wrong. I'm just going to delete one just to trigger an error. And it'll tell you essentially what you need to do to fix it. That's pretty much how I use or someone else's schema to start a template. If you want to learn more, you want to see this process going all the way through it, etc., just click down in the description below. You click the link. It's at whatranks.com. It's my schema course. It's $297 right now. People seem to be loving it, and I haven't heard anything bad from it yet. Knock on wood. So check it out, and I show you how not only to take this schema and this markup and turn it into something really cool, but I show you how to use schema.org at the same time, and you can create your templates on your own, be unique, and get the ranking boosts by implementing such things as entities and LSI and etc., all within your schema.